Hi, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my channel, Rebecca's Stitches. I have been away for quite a while and I wasn't sure whether I was going to come back to YouTube or not, but I've had some really nice comments recently, so I thought I would do a few more and then see how I feel. So today, I'll start with what I'm wearing actually. I'm wearing the Heyday dungarees in some like stretch cotton twill from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn, which I got, gosh, years ago, like pre-COVID I think, and a Freya top with a mock neck from Tilly and the Buttons, one of her books, which I'll link below. This is like in a bamboo jersey, which is really stretchy and really nice, but it does, don't know if you can see, it does bobble, but it doesn't stop me wearing it because it's really easy to layer under jumpers and things at this time of year. So yeah, today I normally do my sewing and my knitting in different vlogs, but today I haven't got a lot of either really to show you, so I thought I would just put them into one. So I'll do my sewing first and then my knitting. Yeah, and then I have got plans. I haven't had plans for a long time about what I wanted to sew, so I'll do a plans video as well, which I'll bring out I think maybe in a week's time from when this one's released, and then yeah, I'll see how they go. Do try and keep up with them a bit more regularly. So the reason that I haven't vlogged for a while, done any YouTube videos, is my husband wasn't able to work. He ruptured a disc in his back and he wasn't able to work. He couldn't do a lot really. He wasn't able to drive or sit down anywhere. He was in a lot of pain for a long time. So he was off work for 9 months, and that kind of coincided with me changing, not my job, but the area of my job where I work. So I was doing permanent nights in the hospital, and for various reasons I decided I needed to change it. It wasn't working for me anymore, and so now I just work days. So yeah, I work 10-hour shifts, so I work 3 days a week, which Thursdays can vary. So that, changing to that area and having to relearn new systems and remember all the different things that I wasn't doing before, which now I'm doing, and having to work a lot more hours because my husband couldn't work, meant I didn't have a lot of time for sewing or knitting or anything creative. And then it also coincided with the kids being off school for the 6 weeks holidays. So again, that wasn't conducive to any sort of crafting really. And then because I got out of the habit, I just wasn't doing it anymore. And yeah, but now I'm back. I have got sewing plans. I have finished a few things that I wanted to finish. So yeah, so I'll get straight into it. So the thing that I finished most recently, and it's the only thing that I've sewn for quite a while now, is my replacement for my beloved Merchant & Mills TN31 Parka coat, which I made maybe 3 years ago. It's in the YouTube video. I did a YouTube video of all the coats and jackets I've made on my channel. So yeah, it's in there. So this is the 3rd time I've made it, and that one was just old. Even though I'd re-waxed it, it wasn't sort of water resistant anymore, and the colour had faded in places, and it was worn and getting like little holes in it. So I replaced it, and the fabric I use is it's a dead stock fabric which I got from Sew Me Sunshine, and cotton curtain dead stock from Sew Me Sunshine, and it was quite cheap. It was like £6 or £7 a metre, and they'd had it in before and then it had sold out, and then when they got it back in, I quickly got some, and I lined it in this satin, pink and red satin from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn that I had in my stash. But I had bought for a coat, although I didn't know which coat I would use it for. It's a bit crumpled because I have been wearing it. So yeah, so one of the things I love about the Merchant & Mills T31 parka is you can have it lined, unlined. I've only ever made my lined because I prefer the neater finish. And you can have a hood, no hood, a detachable hood. So yeah, it's got a few options which I like, and it is got a lot of ease in it. So I get really hot when I'm walking around, even when it's cold. So if I'm wearing a big thick coat, I just overheat too much. So I prefer being a coat which is quite thin, and then I can layer as much woolly jumpers and anything else underneath it. So this like fits the bill. I took some video this morning with one of my children holding the camera. So I'll pop that in now and you can see it. It's -1 today in this video. It's very chilly. Yeah, I can fit my woolly jumpers underneath it. It keeps the rain off. The fabric is water resistant. I have tried it out in the rain this week. So yeah, what I love about it, it's got a hidden button placket. That's that. And then your buttons are on your lining, which like that. It's not all of the best neatest sewing, but there we are. Knitting, the buttons are on the lining, so they're hidden apart from the top two, which to do with the top of the coat and the hood. It's got drawstring in. I got my string cord from Merchant & Mills, and then these stoppers are on my old TN31 parka. They're wooden ones that I think I got from Rose Patchwork Garden, but it was so long ago now. But yeah, they were fine, so I've kept them. And then to the bottom, on the bottom of the coat, it has got some more. I didn't have enough cord, but I had this like brownie creamy cord in my stash. I've just used that, which I'll bought at some point to make bags. And then what I love about this coat is the pockets. So it's got a welt pocket there, which is a really easy construction, easy to do. Then it's got inseam pockets as well. So yeah, it's got a waist channel, not that I ever use it. It's a bit low for my waist. And I did think about taking it up, but then it interferes with the pockets. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. So yeah, that is I'm really pleased with it. I made a size 12 and it fits fine, even though my measurements I think put me in a size 14 on the top, 16 on the hips. And I shortened the length by 2 inches because I'm like 5'3.5". So yes, shorten the length by 2 inches. Also did, so my blue one was size 14 on the bust to 16 at the hips, but this one I made as a size 12 because that one is really roomy, and this one still fits fine. I've still got lots of room in it. Did my usual forward shoulder adjustment, and I have got a video of how I do that as well on my channel. Yeah, I love it. It'll get lots of wear. It's already got lots of wear. So yeah, that was my first thing that I'm really happy about that I finished. And then the only other thing that I've really sewed recently, and I started this, I'm pretty sure in 2019 or 2020, and it required top stitching, well, quilting because it's a quilt, and then hand stitching the binding on, so it sat for ages, but now it was getting colder. I was like, no, we need to sort this out. This is my quilt. What I'll do is I'll put a bit of B-roll in, and I had a charm pack, so it's Ruby Star Society, a charm pack from Cloth and Candy, but she's no longer, she doesn't have her shop anymore. So yeah, and I loved the colours in it, and I've done sort of a rainbow phase, so I'll put a picture in or a bit of B-roll. And then the same fabric which I bought from various different places, so it's all the same, what do you call it, not design, so I guess yeah, the same Ruby Star Society design from the same collection. that's it, collection. And then, yeah, I did the binding as well in their collection, and I hand sewed it down on the back, and then it's nice and neat on the front. So yeah, those have made a few quilts, and we keep them in the living room and use them when it gets cold. The kids use them, I use them, the dog uses them. So yeah, really happy to have that one. And this one is big enough to go on a double bed, but not enough to have like over the sides, but it does cover like a double bed. So yeah, that's like the last quilt that I've made, and I just did really simple top stitching on it because I like piecing them together, but I hate the quilting bit because my machine, it's not the biggest machine and it's difficult, and then the stitch tension and stuff. But yeah, I've done it, I'm pleased to have it, and this will get used a lot. Yeah, so those are my only 2 sewing things, although I have been doing some embroidery. So me and my sister lives in South Yorkshire in Rotherham, and I live in Norwich, so we do quite far away from each other. But we decided to do like a virtual stitch along for Christmas, and I've nearly finished mine. So it's like the 2nd of December today, and I've just got I've got these 2 presents to finish, and then my Christmas lights to put on. But I absolutely love this embroidery. It's been so much fun to do. But yeah. I think my favourite bits, I do love this poinsettia, and I love the wreath, and like the Christmas tree, like the baubles and the tinsel. So yeah, this is by Pixels and Purls, and she is, I'll link her website down below. She's from Norwich. I've never met her, but she is from Norwich. She doesn't live too far away from me, I don't think. So yeah, her Christmas morning embroidery pattern, and it's really good. Like, she has on her Instagram channel, she has tutorials, and she has tutorials on her website for all the stitches. And I've done other embroidery before, and they've only used like a couple of types of stitches, but this uses like lots and lots of different types of stitches, and like quick glance of her. But these are like her instructions, and then it tells you what stitch she used, and if you don't know what the stitch is, you can go on her website or her Instagram and look up the instructions for those. So I bought it printed, as you can see, on the embroidery material, but she does also do digital downloads, so you could trace it on yourself. And she does a good like reward system. This is the 2nd one of hers my sister's done. So yeah, I will have that done this weekend, I hope, and then up in my house for Christmas, along with all the other decorations that we've put up. One other thing I bought today. We just got back from, well, I on purpose wanted to go and visit this lady called the Crafting Chicken. And she is on Instagram as well, and she's got a website that you can go to. So she's in Norwich, and she does pottery, and she's just made some pottery baubles. How lovely is that? It's going on my tree. It's beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, I was very pleased to get one of these. She does lots of different ones, and you can buy them on her website, and she posts them out. And it's got a first suede hanging loop. So yeah, little purchase this morning for my tree. So that is all of my sewing related things, and I will be bringing out, like I said, another sewing plans video next week. So now I'm going to go on to what I have been knitting. So yeah, I found knitting a bit more relaxing, and I've done a lot more knitting than I have done sewing recently. And I think that's because it's quite portable. I can sit in the living room with the kids and do it. I don't have to go in my sewing space to use a sewing machine or anything like that. So the first thing, and I started this back in last November, and I finished it in March this year, so I'm not sure if I have shown it, but I thought I would just quickly hold it up. You could see it because I have been wearing it because it's finally, like I said, got cold, so I can wear it. So it's a Petite knit Stockholm sweater, and goes up to a size 166 centimetre bust circumference, and the suggested is 4mm needles, and she uses silk mohair double. She uses double silk mohair held together, but I didn't do that. So it gives you for that a DK weight yarn. So I held together British wool woolly knit 4-ply in blue drawn net, and I held it together with Camera's Midnight Sol, is that how you say it, in colour 9544, and that is like an alpaca, so it's not a silk mohair because do you find some hair a bit itchy? So yeah, so it's an alpaca, tencel and merino blend for the lace one, and here it is. Yeah, it has been so snuggly and warm, and I really like the mild effect that it gives, because the blue drawn nep is like this sort of blue actually, and the Camera's Midnight Sol, I don't know how you say that, Midnight Sol, was like a lighter blue, but I really love how it's mild. So yeah, I've been wearing this lots. Followed the pattern. Unfortunately, I followed the pattern exactly, and the sleeves are too long. So I have been sort of folding the cuffs over. I could go back and rip the cuffs out and do it again, but I really don't want to. So I will wear it anyway, and if I need to, like, fold the cuffs back. Yeah, I put a little label in there as well, just so I knew what the back was. And I did put some of the elastic in that they recommend to keep the neckline tight. So yeah, I'm loving this. It's getting lots of wear this Christmas, well, winter. Right then, here it is. I'm like, I know it's somewhere. I finished this really recently. Let me just get my, where is it? So the Ingrid slipover. It's again by Petite knit. I really love all like the cables and things that you see around in people's knitting, and the Ingrid sweater I really liked, but like I said, I get quite hot. So I thought a slipover would be really nice, and I wanted to try it in that pattern that she uses, all the different techniques that she's got in there. So here it is. There we are. I'll quickly just pop it on, and I will pop in a video of me wearing it as well. So yeah, there we are. So yeah, do love it. I haven't worn it yet because I've been waiting to like do a vlog with it in. Just take it off again so I can talk about it and show you some bits. So I made the size 3, which is a size smaller than would be recommended for my size, but I didn't want a really oversized one, and I was a bit worried about if I'd have enough yarn. So the amount of ease in this is fine. I like it. I love, this is my least favourite stitch, like the double moss stitch, is that the way it is? That was my least favourite, but I really liked these ones once I got my head around it, and these ones are fine. This one, I did not do as many rows as you're supposed to do. I got a bit confused. I think I read the wrong size and didn't do as many, but I didn't want to go back and do any more. I was happy with that. And again, yeah. So everything's sort of, apart from this bit, is knit to the pattern. And I used, again, a woolly knit, Sage 4-ply, held double with Drops Kid Silk in Sage to get the gauge, because it's a chunkier sort of knit, this one. And then you do, it's just a folded neckline, so that's fine. And then she does, she call it an Italian bind off? I think it is Italian bind off on the armholes, which has come out really good. Like, that looks really good. I'm really pleased with that. And again, that one, really pleased with that one as well. I did go wrong on one of them, but I just realised I'd gone wrong. I've got my hair all over my face now and got back into pattern, so that was fine. But the first time I did Italian bind off was on my hem, and it's not, I don't know what I did, but it's not an Italian bind. It's not an Italian bind off, that's for sure. I think I got the stitches, like where I'd realised before I'd got them mixed up and then swapped them round. I didn't realise, and yeah. But that was a lengthy process doing the hem, so I wasn't about to rip it out. And I don't think, like, when I'm wearing it, you can't tell that bind off isn't an Italian bind off like it's supposed to be. So yeah, I've just gone with it. So I did use lots of the videos to help with the stitches, like the Italian bind off and some other bits and bobs in here that I wasn't sure about. So all I did was I Google like Petite knit Ingrid slipover, and they come up. Or if you go on the Petite knit website, and whatever pattern you're looking at, she has the videos underneath it that you might need. The audio was okay in that, otherwise I'll be cutting it out. I really like this crisscrossy one, that was good. And I like the little eyelets, can you see them in there? So yeah, this will get lots of wear, I am sure. Now I can wear it now I've shown it. It is a little bit itchy, but I think I will get used to it and it won't be too bad. And I think that might be the Kid Silk mohair, because this has got British wool in it like this, and this is really soft. But yeah, it's not too bad. And I'll wear it with that high neck, long sleeves, so it's going to be fine. But yeah, really pleased with that. Really simple pattern. Well, I find petite knit patterns okay to follow. Mohair. So yeah, size 3, like I said, because I didn't want it really, really oversized. And I got gauge with 2 woolly knit 4-ply and the Drop Kid Silk mohair finished together. And this one didn't take me as long. I started this in March, the end of March, and finished it the beginning of November. So yeah, once I got into it, that went really quickly. It's quite heavy. But yeah, blocked it using washing up liquid, because I'd heard somewhere that like woolly wools, if you sometimes have a bit of oil left in them, and using washing up liquid helps soften them. So yeah, that's what I've done with that one. And have I got any more? No. So I've got a couple of knitting whips, and the first one is for my eldest daughter. So I did make her a hat this year, I think it was in the beginning of the year, and I think my gauge might have been off, and yeah, it had a little bit of colour work in it, and I think my colour work was quite tight as well, so it didn't really stretch when it went over her head. So I am making her the Purl Solo watch cap hat, which is a 2x2 rib. There we are, this is what I've got so far. So I have started doing the decreases, and they look so cool on the crown. So I've made a size adult small, because she's got a big head like I'm on. And I'm using, I didn't gauge swatch for the hat, because I was just like, don't want to do that. By the time I've gauge swatch, you would have knit like half the hat, wouldn't you? So I'm pretty sure this is going to fit, because it fits me. So I don't know if my gauge is a bit looser, but 2x2 rib. It's really good, isn't it? Oh. She's really fair. She's got blue eyes and blonde hair, and this colour's really good on her. So yeah, makes my hands ache a little bit, like the 2x2 rib, but it's going fast. Now we're on the decreases. So yeah, that is on this little stitch marker I made myself because I've joined in with the Quayabeya Scrappy Advent and I wanted to make some stitch markers to send my partner. So yeah, I did some practice ones. You see, there we are, little jumper. So I am using full Kalana Highland Peruvian wool, and the colour is 258, like their lilac colour. Yeah, I think Watch Cap Hat is for DK, and Peruvian Highland wool is classed as a like worsted weight, isn't it? But I'm using it. So yeah, this is hopefully going to finish this week. Probably once the cold weather's finished, it starts raining again, it'll be done. Yeah, that is one whip that I've got going at the minute. Really simple, free pattern as well. I think it's got baby, toddler, child, adult small and adult large. And for a free pattern, like, you can't go wrong. It's got, there's matching mittens as well. Yeah, that's my first whip. It's just in one of my Adventures of Yarn Craft bags there. And then my other whip, they're called, I've got like 10,000 whips, but these are the two that I am working on the most. So I started this ages ago as well, but I've just picked it back up again. And it is the Building Block Strap by Amy Sher. And I think I'm going to make the long sleeved one, I think, if I've got enough fabric. And she has got size, she does really good, she does full bust adjustments and stuff that you can do in her knitting patterns. They're like really in depth to get the correct like size. She does a bust measurement, actual upper bust measurements of up to 159 centimetres and a finished full bust measurements of 197.5 centimetres. So it's quite really size inclusive. Lots of options within her pattern. So you choose a cup size if you need to do a full bust adjustment. And then, oh yeah, I've got some schematics here. Also talks about choosing a different arm size, like checking your bicep measurement and stuff. So it's got pullover. You can have a standard hem or a high-low hem, and I'm going to go for the high-low hem. Or you've got a vest, and you can add pockets if you want to, or no pockets. Not sure about the pockets yet. Again, it depends if I've got enough wool. And she likes to use unspun, so she's used unspun in the burgundy one there. So I am using, this is the back, this is as far as I've got, the back hem. It's got a split hem. I'm doing the high-low hem. That's as far as I've got so far. And I am using Wool Dreamers Manchalope. Is it Manchalope? Wool Dreamers Unspun, I think it's Manchalope. In this light blue colour that I've had in my stash for a while. And I am also, I've written it down in my little book. I'm not using the needles that is in the pattern because I gauge swatched. Yeah, I did gauge swatch. And I am using 4.5mm needles when it's for 5mm needles because of my gauge. Yeah, and she talks about like what to cast on if depending on if you're using unspun or like woolen spun yarn. So yeah, I am making size of the 4th size. 1, 2, 3, the 4th size. Yeah, but I think my measurements have changed a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. and I am on a journey to sort myself out with my eating and exercise and get back into that. So yeah, that is what I've got so far. So that took a back seat while I was finishing my Ingrid slipover, because I got to the point where I was like, oh, I was really enjoying it and just wanted to get that done. Using the unspun has been really interesting. You have to be, I'm keeping it in this little box that I got for Christmas. Some smellies in it at Christmas last year, and I am winding it up into balls, which this one's nearly done, like double winding it up into balls to use, and just using it doing it at home. I don't take this anywhere obviously, because it's really easy to break the unspun. So I have to change my knitting a little bit, and I think that has maybe, like, my gauge is probably not the same where I've started it, stopped it, and then started it again. But it's going to be the lightest, warmest sweater when it's done. Yeah, it's got some really nice like pink tones and stuff in it. Don't know if you can see. Oh, it's really nice and really soft. Be really cozy when it's done. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to try and do a bit more work on that over Christmas. And then, so yeah, like I mentioned, I am taking part in Rebecca Clare with the Crayobear Scrappy Advent swap, and I have so far, because it's 2nd December, I have done my first, used my first, yesterday's the 1st of December, oh my goodness, already used that yarn up, and I am using it to make Laura Penrose Sweet Shop blanket for my Scrappy Advent, and this is my first square. So this was Drops Alpaca. That was my first colour that I got for day one, and I'm holding it with, let me get it out. Ooh, will it come out of this bag? It's just a little bag I got for Christmas last year, which I put my knitting in. Oh, yeah. With woolly knit merino wool cone in Tierra Beige Nep. That's what I'm holding it with. I'm holding this double, and then yeah. So it's for fingering held double or DK weight yarns, and my partner Camilla, she said that some of it's a mixed weight yarn she's put in my Scrappy Advent, but I'm sure I will be able to make it work. So yeah, that is the first square, and this blanket is, you join on the next square to this square. So this is the bottom, this is the like foundation square, and then the next one goes on the left, then the right, and then the top. So yeah, you join it up as you go along, and then depending on what side you're doing it on, you do different short rows and things in it to make the squares. But yeah, that didn't take me too long to do last night, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to keep up with the Scrappy Advent and get it done this year, because I have had previously, I've had Beehive Yarns Advent boxes, and neither of them are made up yet because I didn't ever have a pattern to do, but if this works out fine, I might use them for that. But here is my box that she sent me, and she sent a really nice little card. So yesterday, along with the yarn, she sent me a packet of these little cute stitch markers as well, little hearts on, like the bulb stitch markers, which is really nice. So today, this is me opening number 2. Where is it? Let me find it. There it is. Number 2. So I haven't opened it yet, so this is it. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. That is cool. So this is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in colour Robin, which is 75% wool and 25% nylon. Oh, so I'm going to get that worked up for my second square. And if there is any days where I can't use the yarn in the blanket, then I will just maybe substitute it with one of my many scraps of yarn. Yeah, so I'm not sure what size. I think I'm going to make one of the lap sizes, so I probably will have to add some of my own yarn in there as well near the end. But yeah, that is going to go into this, and that'll be done today. So that's it for today. A bit higgledy-piggledy, I guess, knitting and sewing. But yeah, it's been a while. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and if you have, give it a like and think about subscribing. And from now going forward, I am going to again separate them, I think, into sewing and knitting. But I just thought for the first one back, and because everyone's doing their vlogmases, which I really enjoy watching, that I would do it together and then get out, do the bits that I've done, and then going forward start fresh with things that I'm knitting and sewing separately, unless people like it together. You just have to let me know in the comments. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.